Burgum. He's from North Dakota. He's going to be announced tomorrow for a very big position. So everybody's waiting. There he is. Hi, Doug. Actually, he's going to head the Department of Interior, and he's going to be fantastic.
I'm not sure Doug Burgum knew that one was coming. CNN's Kristen Holmes is outside the Mar-a-Lago event in West Palm Beach. And Kristen, I had heard earlier that Doug Burgum was at Mar-a-Lago for an interview. I think everyone kind of knew something was coming, but obviously, clearly, Trump was excited to announce this one.
Yeah, and there is a part of that clip, I think we jumped from the beginning to the end, where he just kind of drew out what it was going to be in the most Trumpian fashion. At one point, he was like, it's going to be a big job involving land. It's going to be a big job involving land and energy. Okay, it's Interior Department. It was the most Donald Trump announcement of anything that I've ever heard, particularly given that he officially said he was going to give that announcement tomorrow. But as you noted, Doug Burgum has been in the mix since he was passed over for vice president. We knew that he was going to serve in a big role. There were a lot of different options floating around for him. They landed on Interior, which I'm told by a number of sources, they just felt at the end of the day was the best fit for Burgum. They had to get Burgum there as well. We know that he himself obviously wanted to be vice president, that he himself had floated a number of different ideas of positions that he could take within the administration, even if they weren't necessarily a cabinet position, maybe an overarching position that would touch on his expertise, which is likely, as we know, energy, for example. So this is where they landed for him. It was a very Trumpian announcement, as I said. Now, there was a number of other people that were there in the audience, and it really was a who's who of who helped get Donald Trump elected. We had Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy. He had his new cabinet picks, RFK Jr., who he said was very popular, that everyone was very excited. No mention of the fact that it's a very controversial pick and they're not really sure he can actually get confirmed. Doug Collins was there as well, who he just named to run Veterans Affairs. As you noted, Donald Trump, this is one of the few times we've seen him speak since he won the election. I think that was last week. I don't know. Time is a flat circle, Kaitlan. As you know, we've been working nonstop. But one of the interesting things about seeing him there tonight was he was still clearly reveling in that election win. He went through a number of statistics to lead off of just how big the margins were. This is clearly something that, as we've talked about, he believes he has a mandate, but he also is still talking about those statistics. And I would imagine as he enters into the White House, he'll continue to tout those figures.
Yeah. Kristen Holmes from West Palm Beach, thank you. And tonight, I should note, the newly elected Senate Majority Leader has confirmed that Trump will get his cabinet picks, even if the Senate does not confirm them.
What I said is, Brett, and I think this is that all options are on the table, including recess appointments. Hopefully it doesn't get to that, but we'll find out fairly quickly whether the Democrats want to play ball or not.
By a recess appointment, he means that the Senate would go into recess, and therefore Donald Trump could unilaterally appoint people to his cabinet, and they would not have to go through that vetting process that cabinet appointees typically go through to make sure people who aren't fit for that kind of office and that kind of a power get confirmed. John Thune there said that after Trump announced RFK Jr. as his pick for the Health and Human Services Secretary, that is a question of whether or not he is going to ultimately be confirmed by the Senate. And I should note, just a few weeks ago, when I spoke to Trump's transition co-chair, Howard Lutnick, who was also in that room at Mar-a-Lago tonight, he said that Kennedy would not be getting a position in Donald Trump's cabinet. But you're saying he would not be in charge of HHS?
No, of course not.
Okay, so he's not going to be like an acting... He's not going to be the secretary,
no.
Well, he couldn't get confirmed, but would he be in an acting position or anything like that? Still to be determined. We'll see what the Senate decides. I've got my political sources here with me tonight. Former Obama administration official Van Jones, Republican strategist and pollster Kristen Soltis-Anderson, and also former New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. And Van, you know, there was this belief inside Trump's orbit that RFK would have trouble getting confirmed. I think that's part of why Howard made that comment to me, Howard Lutnick.